Good morning. Welcome back to Bauer's Creations. I got me a nice cup of joe. We're back in the garage today, and here's what we got going on. So just how I start about every weekend, I was out here cleaning up the garage, putting stuff away, brainstorming on what kind of project I wanted to work on this weekend. I have a whole lot going on. I can't really get in a very in-depth project, especially trying to video it. And that's when it hit me. I'm going to clean this wall up. I'm going to start working on this wall. We've done a whole bunch of work on this wall throughout the channel's life, and now it's time to start on this wall. The first thing, I got to get this Jeep out of my way. I need to get the battery hooked up, see if it'll start for me, and we'll go from there. Cleaning up the garage kind of brings up my first tip. You know, if you want a clean, organized garage, you want to know where your stuff is, you got to get out, spend some time in it, and clean it once in a while. I'm regularly out here putting up tools, trying to find places for stuff, make sure everything has a home. And that's when I find the problems. You know, I live in the real world. I don't have a Bob Vila garage or garage like some of these big YouTubers. My garage is real life. And just like many of you, I have a job. I can't always complete a project. But when I'm out here sweeping, when I'm pushing the broom around, that's when I come up with some of my crazy ideas. Some of them work, some of them don't. But that's how life is. Just to prove my point, I still got some of these hanging on my wall from 3 videos ago. So this whole wall's got to be cleaned off. That's what I want to start working on now. Probably not going to bore y'all with the whole thing, kind of show you some updates. But I want to clean off this whole wall, start moving stuff around. Almost got my wall cleaned off. You can imagine what the poor table saw is starting to look like at this point. Nearly lost my foot in the process. I probably should have on my work boots when I'm out here moving heavier stuff around, but I wear them every day of the week. Don't want to wear them on the weekend. Anyways, this sheetrock brings up another good tip or good point. Sometimes as tradesmen or craftsmen, hobbyists, all the same, it's a good practice or normal practice. We want to get the most out of our material. We want to protect it. We want to measure twice, cut once. You know the old saying. And sometimes we take that overboard. Let me show you an example. So the sheetrock here, I bought 22 sheets on Facebook 3 years ago. I got a killer deal on it. And with it being 12-foot material, it saved me a lot of time and effort. It's cut back on seams. It's cut back on mud and tape. I've already modeled 2 rooms with it. But the sheetrock's been occupying this space for 3 years now. And where I want to put it, I only got 10 foot of space. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come in here and cut 2 feet off of each one of these sheets. And that's been killing me. But sometimes you got to remember, I've already saved my money. I've already saved my time with this. So to get my real estate and not let it sit here another 2 years, I'm going to have to cut it. I'm going to have to make that sacrifice. So I was over here in the corner. I was getting ready to move these toolboxes out of the way. And I found another real similar example to what we were just talking about. This is my old carpentry bag. It's tore up. All the pockets are ripped out. It's, like I said, it's pretty poor shape. It would still work, but I don't do carpentry no more. I haven't done carpentry off site in at least a couple years, and at that rate, I might do it once or twice a year. And it's been real hard for me to do something with this. This was part of me at one time. It made me who I am today. But sometimes it's just a mental thing. You think it's going to hurt to throw it away, but I promise you, if you rip that Band-Aid off, throw it out, tomorrow you'll be happy you're not tripping over. A lot of spider webs back there. Check it out. Looks nice. Got it all cleaned up. Now it's time to start moving stuff to its new home. And we're going to start with the welding table. I need to pull it out, get it all blown off, and then we'll move it over there where it's going to live from now on. Shucks, that thing may not move. So this thing is kind of scabbed together, so moving it across the garage is kind of scary. We'll see how it goes, and I'll record it just in case any chaos happens. Let's hope and pray it doesn't, though. Well, you're going to have to forgive me a little bit. I kind of got gun-ho, got to working, got to moving stuff around, and didn't record very much of it. Hasn't been much to see anyways, just a lot of back and forth, standing here staring at it to see if I like it or not. But this is kind of my new garage layout. There's things I like about it, and there's things I don't like about it. Definitely came up with some future projects for sure. But that kind of brings up the third point or third tip of this video. You know, I got friends and family. They're all the time. Hey, come help me organize my garage. Come give me ideas. So you go over there, you lay stuff out with them, you brainstorm with them, but then they never change anything. They're scared of the change. They're scared it won't work for them. But my question to you is, how are you ever going to know if you don't try? Unfortunately, it is a little time consuming, but if you're aiming for the best garage or best workspace for you, you're going to have to invest a little bit of that time. I move stuff all the time. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But even with my Jeep in here, I got plenty of room. I could get into my toolboxes. So this is what we're going to try for now. We'll probably change it in the future. Who knows? We'll see. Well, I figured we'd go over and I'd tell you my pros and cons of what I've done here, at least for me. So the first thing is my toolbox. It freed up a lot of room around my table saw. I could use my table saw to its full capacity now without having to move toolboxes. And I could also get my planer or what's going to be my miter saw out without moving toolboxes. Something else, I got all my tools together now. There is no tools over on the wall by the radial arm saw no more, which I'm enjoying that. Yeah, I like stuff being together. One thing I don't like about the toolbox being here is I'm afraid I'm going to get metal dust and grinding dust all over it every time I work on a metal project. Another thing, here, let me zoom in. So if you've ever used a MIG welder, you know that you got this lead sticking out that's kind of stiff and fixed. So I've had that pointed out this direction for years, and I've always been afraid someone would kick it and break it off or trip over it. And now I was able to rotate the welder and it's pointing out this way. I couldn't do that when it was over in front of the door. Something else over here in the corner, this gave me a perfect place to keep my scrap metal now. I'm able to store it there, at least the longer stuff that won't fit on the table, but it's too short for the racks. Speaking of the racks, doing this, due to the lid of the toolbox opening, I lost a lot of shelf space. I could only keep about 10-foot material now. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. But there's things I like, things I don't like. I got solutions for some of them in the future, but I won't bore you with that for now. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Even with me slowing down a little bit, the channel's still growing. We're over 1,250 subscribers now. I thank each and every one of you. I'm going to keep working on my content, keep trying to put stuff out for you. But in the meantime, definitely hit that notification bell and thanks for watching.